Sports Guru is the place where fans talk about sports via video. All videos are 60 seconds or shorter. We make the videos look more professional and fun by adding automated on-screen graphics. You can follow your favorite sports by team, trending, new, people you follow, and more. Type in the title of your video and it will automatically go into your on-screen graphics. Tag your teams and publish. Sports Guru, let's talk sports.
I'm Jeffrey Armstrong, a sports photographer from the Bronx, New York, and I've been doing photography about a year now. My passion for sports has always been a thing since I was young. Grew up watching the Nets, but now it's crazy. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. But with sports photography, I played sports, but I knew I didn't have a future of playing it, so I figured pick up a camera and just start shooting my shots from the sideline. And here I am today. I work with Made, Hoops, Nike, different other sources, Queen's Ledger. That's my passion for sports, man, photography. I think that sports photography is not as respected as it should be with the social media bases of like Instagram, Twitter. You see there's a lot of photographers in the business, but I always go by, if you have a camera, that doesn't mean you're a photographer. It's all about skill and how you use your skill set to produce your work. So like I know a couple of real photographers, not saying I'm not a real photographer, but the photography needs to be respected more than it is now. It's a lot more work put into photography than people actually think there is. So like, photography should be respected more. The feeling is great. I just love to catch like the raw emotion. Like anybody can snap a picture, but it's about what the image like holds that's more valuable to me. Like I like to catch a coach screaming plays to his players, or like teammates hyping each other up. Just raw emotion is what motivates me and what attracts me when I'm taking pictures. Like a dunk is a dunk. Everybody's can have a picture of a dunk, but not everybody has a picture of raw emotion. That's what I look for when I capture games. State of the Knicks is tragic. Like as a Knicks fan right now, it's just kind of depressing that I've only witnessed one playoff season. It sucks. Like everywhere I go, I hear the Knicks this, Knicks that, and it just sucks. Like I can only see Cleveland in the playoffs every year. That's what I'm forced to root for because there's nobody else good enough that I can root for. I would love to see New York finally in the playoffs, but it's nothing much I can do. I'm glad Phil Jackson is out of here. It looks like Melo's out of here too. So future's somewhat bright, but I'm just hoping for the best for the organization. It's just really tough being a fan. Last year, did all right. Didn't make the playoffs, but we're making steps. We're making steps. But I just deal with a lot of trash talk everywhere I go about being a Knicks fan. It's just like I'm a laughing stock when I bring up that I'm a Knicks fan. So hopefully in my lifetime, I'll see a Knicks championship. I'll always go by Knicks in 7, no matter the circumstance. I think James Dolan is to blame for like the failure of the Knicks since I've been a fan. Like when he brought in Phil Jackson, I thought it was a great signing at first. It's like, all right, Phil Jackson, 11 rings, Lakers, was a Knick, won 2 championships as a Knick. So I thought, all right, Phil Jackson's gonna change the culture, but spiraled down since then. Haven't made the playoffs when he came in. So I'm gonna blame James Dolan, especially with how Phil Jackson was degrading Melo and trying to force him out of New York. And James Dolan's answer was, you gotta ask Phil whenever he was asked, like, what is he gonna do about the situation? The fact that an owner is putting the pressure on someone else when it's his team, that just makes me feel like James Dolan just cares about the money. And with us as fans, we just keep on giving the Knicks money and selling out the Garden, and that's not gonna do anything but keep on feeding him money, and it's not gonna do anything to change the team. Mike Vick had made some comments on Colin Kaepernick on his hair and having to cut it in order to get a job. But I don't think Mike Vick has any right to say what somebody should do after all his allegations and charges against him. But he also, as a black man, he shouldn't degrade him in a way with what Kaepernick is doing right now, with like social justice and making sure African Americans have equality, not in only sports, but in the world we live in today. So, in my opinion, Michael Vicks should be supporting him in every way possible instead of trying to bring him down. I think the future of photography is just gonna be better than what it is now with the advancement of technology. I think it's gonna be harder to actually be like, just pick up a camera and be a photographer, but I think the future is actually pretty bright for it. I feel like there'll be more value to a sports photographer, like I said, with technology just always advancing. So I think that photography will only get better than what it is now.